Hello people, I am JABY KOAY. This is what I call a reaction buffet. I'm going to do a bunch of Warner Brothers trailers back to back to back to back. It's gonna be all one video, and here are the times which you can skip to so you can see the specific trailer you wanna see, or you can just sit back, relax, and watch them all as I go. So it's like you're hanging out with me watching a bunch of trailers. We're gonna start with Justice League. I haven't seen anything yet. This is my first time watching anything of Justice League. Here we go.
There is a stranger who comes to this village from the sea. He comes in the winter when people are hungry and brings fish. He comes on the king tide. That was last night. Look. I believe that an enemy is coming from far away. I'm looking for warriors. This stranger. Others like him. I'm building an alliance to defend us. It's very important that I see this man. Barry Allen. Bruce Wayne.
You said that like it explains why there's a total stranger sitting in the dark in my second favorite chair.
He said he'll fight with us?
More or less.
More or more less?
Probably more or less.
He said no.
He said no.
Look, man, I don't know who you are, but whoever you're looking for,
What the fuck? Catch it. Yep.
So you're fast.
that feels like an oversimplification.
I'm putting together a team. People with special abilities. You see, I believe enemies are coming.
Stop right there. I'm in.
You are? Just like that?
Yeah, I need friends.
Great.
Can I keep this?
Oh shit.
I heard about you. Didn't think you were real. I'm real when it's useful. Arthur Curry. I hear you can talk to fish.
So that was a very, very, very well put together trailer. Obviously, the immediate comparison we are going to make is that versus the Avengers. And compared with the previous trailers we've seen of, for instance, Batman vs. Superman, the very first Suicide Squad trailer, Warner Brothers has decided to go, let's make this fun and exciting and more, you know, compelling with some humor. And it's working. It's certainly working on me. They are borrowing the tone of the Avengers as much as they can. This is certainly more interesting looking so far than Batman vs. Superman, even though the tone is way better than Batman vs. Superman and the initial trailers of Suicide Squad. The recent trailers of Suicide Squad have been much better. This is just initial impressions. I don't think this will be as good as Avengers was, but it'll still be worthwhile. At the very least, it's gonna be a fun movie. Jason Momoa, is that how you say the dude's name? He looks cool. His voice is a little softer than I was expecting, but he still looks like a badass. I like what Ben Affleck's doing here. It's kind of weird because in Batman vs. Superman, he was so serious. And here, Ben Affleck is still serious, but he's got a little bit of humor to him, which I guess is like, it's an appropriate evolution, so it's not such a drastic change from Batman vs. Superman. It looks like it's gonna be a fun film. In the description of Justice League, it says it's starring Henry Cavill. I don't know why they would do that. They didn't show Henry Cavill in the trailer, but obviously he's gonna make an appearance at some point in the movie, probably at the very end of the film. He'll come back in the final act, if not to save the day, just as part of, like, the resurrection of Superman may just be a big part of this film. This is me just making a guess. It just seems like the logical progression of things. So yeah, I'm excited for this. Let's move on to the next trailer. Let's look at Wonder Woman's solo action film. Captain Kirk doing here?
You're a man.
Yeah. I mean, do I not look like one?
You have been my greatest love. Be careful, Diana. I do not deserve you.
What the fuck?
Have you never met a man before? But what about your father?
I had no father. I was brought to life by Zeus.
Well, that's neat.
Whoa.
I can't let you do this.
What I do is not up to you.
Okay. Okay.
It's Etta Candy. I'm Steve Trevor's secretary.
What is a secretary?
I go where he tells me to go and I do what he tells me to do.
Oh, well, where I'm from, that's called slavery.
I really like her.
Fantastic.
Oh.
Ladies and
Piggybacking off of Justice League, they're injecting more humor in here. Chris Pine is probably the perfect actor to bring on board to this film to add the humor that we need to enhance this film, to enhance this story. I haven't read Wonder Woman. My understanding of Wonder Woman and her backstory is very minimal. I've seen a lot of t-shirts of Wonder Woman, and I've watched a little bit of cartoons when I was a kid, so I'm coming in more fresh than your, comic book fan. Again, comparing this to Batman vs. Superman, this looks way cooler. This looks like a lot of fun. The action is looking really sweet. I love Chris Pine. I didn't know who he was before Star Trek, and I was instantly like, this guy's awesome. This has everything I'm looking for in a film today. It's got a female action lead who's powerful. It's got great visuals. It's got humor. It's probably gonna have romance in there between Chris Pine and Wonder Woman. The only two things that bother me just a little bit is it's like the film's got the climactic third act of the trailer where it's trying to show you all the bedazzling action and whatnot, and it's like, look at Wonder Woman with her lasso, blah, 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 and then there's Chris Pine with a shotgun. It's like, no, those, you can't compare the two. I'm sorry, marketing people. You just can't compare those two things, but you can try. That's cool. And I'm not sold on the theme song. They tried to throw that theme song into Batman vs. Superman. All that song did in this trailer was remind me of the awful, heavy-handed, shoehorned in injection of Wonder Woman into Batman vs. Superman and that goddamn theme song. It just completely contrasted in a negative way the other music in the film. But those are minute points. Everything else looks great, and I am definitely on board for this so far. Next trailer.
It's a survey job. Just chopper them in and out. Be a joyride.
That's the best Tom Hiddleston's look so far. love John Goodman. I think he's so awesome.
You are going to tell me everything I don't know, or I'm going to blow your head off.
That's a lot of weight.
This planet doesn't belong to us. Ancient species owned this earth long before mankind. I spent 30 years trying to prove the truth. Monsters exist. You don't go into someone's house unless you're picking a fight. What you're looking at is a monster from some bygone era. It's time to show that man is dead.
Oh, okay. Okay. A couple things. I was one of the people that was actually a fan of the King Kong movie by Peter Jackson. It was a long movie. It was probably unnecessarily long, but I still enjoyed it. I still thought that the visual effects were awesome. There was some physics in the film that were just weird and didn't make any sense at all. And it's like, I know it's a movie, but it's like really obvious bad physics. And that's just kind of a symptom of Peter Jackson movies these days. Like, you see some of the same things in Lord of the Rings. I know it's a fantasy movie, but still, you're still pushing my suspension of disbelief just a little bit. But anyway, that aside, this is obviously a stark contrast to what we saw before. And it's been years since we've seen a King Kong movie. Not quite as long as, you know, the previous King Kong film to Peter Jackson's. But still, it's been a long time, you know, for us. I think it's cool to resurrect King Kong. I think that's awesome. I think King Kong is a classic monster from just film history. King Kong is one of the oldest monsters we've ever had in film, from like the old stop motion days. And I think it's great to bring this guy back. He's that old, lovable, crazy monster, like kind of like Godzilla. So I guess it makes sense that the people who produced Godzilla and made a successful film out of that are producing this. So, how did I feel about Godzilla? I didn't love it. I didn't love Godzilla. I had a lot of issues with it. And that red tone just, it was a little much. So there was a lot of logical fallacies in the film, a lot of plot holes that, it's like after a while, it's just too much. So this film has a considerably good cast. I mean, we've got Tom Hiddleston, we've got Samuel L. Jackson, we've got John Goodman. These are all great people to have together in the same film. Now, there's that red tint that was kind of taking over the trailer at one point. The same red tint we saw in Independence Day Resurgence, or whatever it's called. I think that regardless of my initial feeling of this trailer, I'm gonna watch it anyway. Just because I'm a King Kong fan, I'm a Tom Hiddleston fan, a John Goodman fan, a Samuel L. Jackson fan. It's got enough in there that it's like, I'm probably going to check this out no matter what. And there are some interesting visuals in there. And King Kong looks even more massive than he did in the previous King Kong film. I want to see the action sequences in here. I mean, obviously that's what you're going to watch the film for. More than anything else, you want to go see the destruction. And there seems to be a shit ton of destruction in this film. I'm a little bit reluctant, but I'm going to watch it anyway. That's my final opinion about this. Next trailer, King Arthur.
Tell me a story. Tell me every detail.
Whoa. That looks real.
I woke up. From where? From a nightmare. What was it about? Then, me and the lads took care of a bit of business. Hold up, back up. You've left something out. Are you writing a book? They all lived happily ever after. No, they didn't, Arthur.
first time there's something you don't know. Something nobody told you.
I forgot Guy Ritchie was directing
wanted
this.
the prophecy? This is your prophecy.
Young man came from hunting, faint and weary.
I know what kind of a man you are.
What is that, my lord, my dearie?
I know your story.
Behold, the man who pulled sword from stone.
I'm not getting drawn into this mess. There's an army of you. There's only one in me. I'll talk. I'm happy to talk. But there is no way that I am fighting.
This young man, he died very soon. By the light from the hunter's moon.
So what happens now?
You know what happens now. You're quickly becoming a legend.
I grew up watching Guy Ritchie films, or at least two of them. I loved Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. I loved Snatch. Those films both were part of my teenage film collection, I guess you could say. And I watched those two films over and over again. And after that, Guy Ritchie kind of just went into this weird direction, and I really wasn't sure what the dude was doing. Like, he married Madonna, and then his films got weird and different. And he did one film with Jason Statham before Jason Statham became the action dude that he is now. It was this weird psychological film about ego, and I forget what it's called. But then he comes out with Sherlock Holmes. A lot of people liked Sherlock Holmes a lot. I never saw the second one, but I was glad to see Guy Ritchie back, at least going towards the action humor again. Now we've got this new updated King Arthur film that feels way more fun. The reason I know Guy Ritchie is capable of doing good is because he did a BMW film years ago with Madonna. It's part of a collection of short films before everybody really knew who Clive Owen was. Clive Owen was selected to be the star of these BMW short films. A number of well-known directors did these BMW films, including Guy Ritchie. And Guy Ritchie's short film was really fun. The kind of tone that I recognize in Lock, Stock, Snatch, in that BMW short film, is present here. It looks like this is gonna be a fun movie. I hope it surpasses what he was able to do in Sherlock Holmes. I think this is a cool spin to put on a classic story that we haven't really seen. The last time I can think of where we took a film that is dated or takes place in, you know, an ancient timeline of some sort was the film Hero, where it was kind of doing a Usual Suspects type thing on a fantasy kung fu cinema story. Here we're taking a medieval classic story all of us know, and we're putting a Guy Ritchie spin on it, where the story is kind of told non-linear sometimes. It's more humor-based. It's kind of self-effacing in a way, which is awesome. I'm liking this. I'm liking what he's doing here. We've also got Jude Law back. Jude Law was in Sherlock, and so obviously Guy Ritchie and Jude Law developed some kind of bond and relationship. He wants to work with him again. I think Jude Law's a pretty good actor. He kind of stepped out of the light. He kind of stepped away from being the romantic lead type for some reason and hid for a while, and then came back to do serious roles. We got two Game of Thrones actors in here, Littlefinger and Tyrion Lannister's father, who is also from an Eddie Murphy movie years ago called The Golden Child. That dude is an awesome actor. I was so happy when I saw him in Game of Thrones, and I'm happy to see him here. I'm glad he's still making movies. As a kid, The Sword in the Stone was one of my favorite Disney movies, so it's really cool for me to see this brought to life by Guy Ritchie. I'm looking forward to this. I have hope for this film. Let's move on to the next one. Suicide Squad, the official Comic-Con trailer.
Lights out!
Here's to honor among thieves. We almost pulled it off.
All my friends are heathens, take it slow.
Despite what everybody thought.
Wait for them to ask you who you know.
They're gonna blame us for the whole thing. We're the patsies. Don't forget, we're the bad guys.
Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the abuse.
We've all heard the stories of Samson leveling a temple with a single push. With a Philistine weapon of mass destruction named Goliath. The next war will be fought with these metahumans.
Please don't forget.
Ours or theirs.
I want to assemble a task force of the most dangerous people on the planet.
No pain, no gain. Never stand down, made our own way.
Y'all jokers must be crazy.
This is the deal. You're going somewhere very bad
Look at the pretty lights.
to do something that'll get you killed.
You might want to work on your team motivation.
Yeah.
You heard of Phil Jackson? Yeah. He's like the gold standard. Okay? Triangle, bitch.
What? Oh, yeah, you're the fire bloke, eh? Well, looky here. Fire. I can't wait to show you my toys.
We're going to the swirling ring of trash in the sky.
They walk in the park. Easy peasy.
Don't make me shoot you.
Biggest boss and I've been a trillist. I'm a bigger problem when I quit with Skrillex. Kicking in the door, boy, Suicide Squad. Forgive me for my wrongs, I have just begun.
They're so intense.
Capital murder, capital letters. Yeah, she catching my vibe, but she can't fathom my chatter. Need a couple gang members for these new endeavors. From this point on, anything we do together. Ain't no mercy.
Hey guys.
Forgive me for my wrongs, I have just begun. Ain't no mercy, ain't no mercy.
Well, what can I say about Suicide Squad that hasn't been said already? I was less of a fan of that trailer than the previous trailers with the use of Queen music, the hip-hop music. I didn't feel like it suited it very well, but that's just my opinion. It's not deterring my interest in seeing it. I'm gonna watch Suicide Squad. They are getting in the habit of remixing the footage we've already seen and just adding in a little bit more to get us a little bit more excited. But we're already excited. Stop showing us the fucking trailers. It's fine. We're gonna watch it. It's gonna make its money, dude. Warner Brothers, just stop with the trailers for Suicide Squad. We're gonna watch it. Don't worry. Okay. The Lego Batman movie official Comic-Con trailer. Now, I am really, really looking forward to this. The teaser had me hysterical. I was in stitches. I really, really, really hope this is a good film. Please be good. I'm really, my hopes are high on this one.
Computer, how do I put the Joker in Arkham Asylum? Quickest route, no freeways. Computer, do you hear me?
Hello, Master Bruce. I have just taken away your computer privileges.
Gasp.
Sir, it's time for you to stop this unhealthy behavior. You can't spend the rest of your life alone, dressed in black, and staying up all night.
Good night, Alfred.
Sir, it's morning. You need to take responsibility for your life, and it starts by raising your son.
I'm sorry.
I literally have no idea what you're talking about.
The young orphan you adopted at the gala.
I thought I was being sarcastic.
Hello, secret camera.
What? It's the Batcave! Oh my gosh, 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 oh my gosh. Batman, whoa!
You're darn right, whoa.
Wait, does Batman live in Bruce Wayne's basement?
No, Bruce Wayne lives in Batman's attic.
Wow, do I get a costume?
Don't touch that.
The mariachi.
I like
That one is culturally insensitive.
Night terror.
What do we think of this?
Glam bat.
This one.
Absolutely not.
Wait, what's that one there? I love it. My only trouble is these pants are just a little tight. I got an idea. Rip! It's better. Now I'm free. Now I'm moving. Come on, Batman. Let's get grooving.
I can only look you in the eyes right now. Ready to follow Batman and maybe learn a few life lessons along the way?
I sure am. But first, where's the seatbelt?
The first lesson is life doesn't give you seatbelts.
You know what it is. Everything I do, yeah, I do it big.
Oh, Alfred, I have incredible reflexes. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry. As soon as I get back to the Batcave, I will make sure that Alfred puts seatbelts on there. But for the time being, I'm just gonna put my arm right here, and we're just gonna gently ease out of here. Real gentle like.
You know what it is. Everything I do, yeah, I do it big.
This looks so good. Oh my god, this looks so good. I have no words. It looks so fucking hilarious. Even the little nuances, like in the teaser they showed Batman microwaving chicken and just kind of waiting. To me that's just pure genius. And then Robin jumping into the thing and the cape falling on Batman's face. It's just these little nuances. I'm excited for this movie. And there's still a lot they haven't really shown us, because there's the whole Justice League in there. I guess maybe that's coming towards the end of the film. I'm willing to bet money that that's like the last shot of the movie, is Batman running with the Justice League. The Joker hasn't been shown much in the trailers, so there's obviously a lot there. Every single ad has been awesome, and yes, JABY approves. That was a great moment when the Batman mariachi outfit shows up, and he goes, "That's culturally insensitive." It's like, what the hell? Where does this come from? And then Robin pulls off his pants, and Batman's like, "I can only look you in the eyes." Oh gosh, it's so funny. I hope that the jokes with Robin don't get too carried away and are just plain obnoxious, but maybe it's the perfect balance between the two. You know, the ultra serious Batman, and then Robin, who's crazy. Okay, last trailer. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them official Comic-Con trailer. Here we go.
It was like a ghost. I saw its eyes, shining white eyes, and it dove down underground.
Colin Farrell's entirely too cool for his own good.
There's strange things going on all over the city. The people behind this are not like you and me. There's a hidden society. It goes back centuries.
Yesterday, a wizard entered New York with a case. A case full of magical creatures. And unfortunately, some have escaped.
Teeny, you brought Matt home.
That's Mr. Scamander. He's lost something. I'm going to help him find.
We're going to recapture my creatures before they get hurt. They're currently in alien terrain, surrounded by millions of the most vicious creatures on the planet. Humans.
Magical beasts are terrorizing no-mages. When no-mages are afraid, they attack. Contain this,
from little mean war.
Put this on. Why would I have to wear something like this?
Because your skull is susceptible to breakage under immense force.
Don't panic, but there's absolutely nothing to worry about.
I want to be a wizard.
Okay. I was slightly confused as to what the plot is of this film. Is it Eddie Redmayne bringing in these creatures and they escape, and the whole thing is about trying to get them back and put them back in the case? Is that the whole movie? Like Nightmare Before Christmas, where Jack basically screws up Christmas and has to restore it? Is it one of those kinds of films? Okay. It's not exactly what I was expecting the story to be. It's got a great cast of actors. The visual effects looks good. That music is always awesome. It has all the bells and whistles and fixings of a great movie, but I'm uncertain about the story. I'm gonna just do this and wait until I know more. You know, Harry Potter stories are very good, and I trust J.K. Rowling. She knows what she's doing. I hope that there's more to this story than the impression I just got from the trailer. And Colin Farrell looks way too cool. He always looks cool. Even when he looks old, he looks cool. Something about Colin Farrell, man. That concludes the Warner Brothers Comic-Con trailer reactions. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out our other reactions, reviews, short films, and video game related videos. I am JABY KOAY. This has been fun. Peace out.